Hello, music fans. I'm Gold Derby editor Daniel Montgomery here to announce the Gold Derby Music Awards, our fourth annual awards. We cover the same eligibility period as the Grammys, so it's October 1st, 2022 through September 15th, 2023. We are going to announce the winners. I'm here with Ray Richmond, Marcus James Dixon, Chris Beachum, Christopher Rosen, Denton Davidson, and Joyce Eng. We had well over 1,000 Gold Derby users, registered users, vote for the winners. We had well over 1,000 vote for the nominees as well. These are fan voted, so like all you had to do is sign up for an account at Gold Derby for free, and you could make you could cast your votes. So these are very much powered by the people. We've got 26 categories. I'm going to get us started with the first batch, and I will reveal some statistics along the way as to who came close, which races were runaways. So everybody knows that there was a lot of support to go around, even if your favorites didn't win. I will get things started with the award for Best Music Video. The nominees for Best Music Video are Taylor Swift, Anti-Hero, Doja Cat, Demons, Miley Cyrus, Flowers, Troye Sivan, Rush, and Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For? And the Gold Derby Music Award goes to Taylor Swift for Anti-Hero. Now, this race wasn't that close. She had more than 100 votes of an advantage over Billie Eilish, who had a lot of support for What Was I Made For, and Troye Sivan also had a lot of votes for Rush. Now I will announce the Latin categories. For Best Latin Song, the nominees are Bizarrap and Shakira, Bizarrap Music Sessions, Volume 53, Anita, Funk Rave, Rosalia, LLYLM, Karol G and Shakira, TQG, and Bad Bunny, Where She Goes. And the award goes to Bizarrap and Shakira, Bizarrap Music Sessions, Volume 53. For Best Latin Album, the nominees are Natalia Lafourcade, De Todas las Flores, Peso Pluma, Genesis, Karol G, Mañana Será Bonito, Rosalia and Rauw Alejandro, RR, and Maria Sena, Vicio Inherente. And the Gold Derby Music Award goes to Karol G, Mañana Será Bonito. For Best Latin Artist, the nominees are Anita, Bad Bunny, Karol G, Rosalia, and Shakira. And the Gold Derby Music Award goes to Shakira. Now, in these Latin categories, Rosalia came closest to Shakira for Best Latin Artist, but Shakira had about 100 vote advantage there. Luckily for Karol G, Shakira wasn't up for Best Latin Album this year. She won that very narrowly over Rosalia and Rauw Alejandro. And Best Latin Song, that was pretty much a blowout. Bizarrap and Shakira won that by about 200 votes over Rosalia. Which brings us to Best Collaboration. We will have on Ray Richmond.
Thanks, Daniel. Best Collaboration, the nominees are Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice for Barbie World, Pink Pantheress and Ice Spice, Boys a Liar Part 2, Rima and Selena Gomez for Calm Down, Lana Del Rey featuring Jon Batiste, Candy Necklace, Zach Bryan featuring Casey Musgraves, I Remember Everything, and the Gold Derby Music Award goes to Lana Del Rey featuring Jon Batiste for Candy Necklace. That brings us next to Best Pop Song, where the nominees are Taylor Swift for Anti-Hero, Dua Lipa, Dance the Night, Miley Cyrus for Flowers, Olivia Rodrigo for Vampire, and Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For? And the winner of the Gold Derby Music Award for Best Pop Song is Taylor Swift for Anti-Hero. Moving along, to Best Pop Album, the nominees are various artists for Barbie the Album, Miley Cyrus for Endless Summer Vacation, Olivia Rodrigo for Guts, Taylor Swift for Midnights, and Jessie Ware for That Feels Good. And the winner of the Gold Derby Music Award for Best Pop Album is Taylor Swift Midnights. And the Best Pop Artist category, the nominees are Miley Cyrus, Dua Lipa, Olivia Rodrigo, Troye Sivan, and Taylor Swift. And the winner is shock, Taylor Swift for Best Pop Artist.
Knock me over with a feather. These are your categories that you just announced. They're basically the two biggest fandoms that we had show out at these Gold Derby Music Awards. Lana Del Rey, a lot of support for Best Collaboration, and Taylor Swift, to the surprise of none at a fan voted award, had a lot of support for in those pop categories. Although Billie Eilish put up a fight for Best Pop Song for What Was I Made For. She had a lot of support in that category. Olivia Rodrigo was the closest to Taylor Swift for Best Pop Album. And Barbie had also a lot of support for Best Pop Album. Best Pop Artist, though, was pretty much a blowout. Taylor Swift had more votes than her competition combined in that category.
That Taylor Swift should hang in there. She's going to be big someday.
I think she's got potential.
I think we'll see her at the Super Bowl.
She'll probably win the Super Bowl, too, at this rate.
Okay, so moving on to Best Rock Alternative Song. The nominees are Lana Del Rey, A&W, Olivia Rodrigo, Bad Idea Right, Boy Genius, Not Strong Enough, Paramore, This Is Why, and Sufjan Stevens, Will Anybody Ever Love Me? And the Gold Derby Award goes to Lana Del Rey, A&W. And moving on to Best Rock Alternative Album, the nominees are Foo Fighters, But Here We Are, Caroline Polachek, Desire, I Want to Turn Into You, Lana Del Rey, Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard, Boy Genius, The Record, and Paramore, This Is Why. And the Gold Derby Award for Best Rock Alternative Album is Lana Del Rey for Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard. So that's two in a row for her. Now let's go on to Best Rock Alternative Artist. The nominees are Boy Genius, Lana Del Rey, Foo Fighters, Paramore, and Caroline Polachek. And the Gold Derby Award for Best Rock Alternative Artist is Lana Del Rey again. And then my last category is Best Group. The nominees are Arctic Monkeys, Boy Genius, Foo Fighters, Måneskin, and Paramore. And the Gold Derby Award for Best Group is Boy Genius.
And the Lana Del Rey wins were not close. For Best Rock Alternative Artist and Album, she had more votes than her competition combined.
Wow.
Best Rock Alternative Song was a little closer, although she still had a few hundred votes of an advantage over Olivia Rodrigo, Bad Idea Right, which was in second place there. And for Best Group, Boy Genius had a close battle, less than 100 votes ahead of Arctic Monkeys, and Paramore also had a lot of support. Actually, a lot of support to go around to every nominee in this category, but Boy Genius had the edge there.
I bet Boy Genius loves that Taylor Swift is not a group in and of herself because she was not eligible here.
Correct.
I'm here to do three categories. The first is Best Country Americana Song. The five nominees are Brandy Clark featuring Brandy Carlisle for Dear Insecurity, Luke Combs, Fast Car, Zach Bryan featuring Casey Musgraves, I Remember Everything, Sufjan Stevens, So You Are Tired, and Chris Stapleton for White Horse. And the winner is Zach Bryan featuring Casey Musgraves. And for Country Americana Album, Brandy Clark for Brandy Clark, Luke Combs for Getting Old, Morgan Wallen, One Thing at a Time, Taylor Swift for Speak Now, Taylor's Version, Zach Bryan for Zach Bryan. And the winner is Taylor Swift for Speak Now. And one more category for me, and that is Country Americana Artist, Brandy Carlisle, Zach Bryan, Maren Morris, Chris Stapleton, and Carrie Underwood. And she is the winner, Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood is the winner for the second time in that category, but that was a close race against Zach Bryan, and Maren Morris also had a lot of support. Yeah, actually, barely 200 votes separates first from last place in that category, so a lot of support to go around, which I always love to see. For Best Song, that was another close race. Zach Bryan and Casey Musgraves had a narrow victory, about 50 votes ahead of Sufjan Stevens, with Brandy Clark and Brandy Carlisle very close behind them. That was another close race. Best Country Americana Album, not that close. Taylor Swift won that pretty handily over Zach
How did
Bryan,
she
who
get to
was in
be
second place.
there and also in pop?
Well, Speak Now was a country album. So when we did our pre-nomination voting, our forum posters slotted that into country because it was technically a country album. It came early enough in her career, it was before her pop transition. So that was a country album, and Midnights is a pop album. And she competes in pop artist. So we didn't allow her to compete in both country and pop artist. She's primarily pop.
So Carrie Underwood's happy that Taylor did not compete as in the artist category.
Very happy.
Next, we have the R&B categories. First up, R&B song. The nominees are Hallie, Angel, Metro Boomin, The Weeknd, and 21 Savage for Creepin', SZA, Kill Bill, Janelle Monáe, Lipstick Lover, and Kali Uchis, Moonlight. And the winner is SZA for Kill Bill. For R&B album, the nominees are Janelle Monáe, The Age of Pleasure, Chloe, In Pieces, Victoria Monet, Jaguar 2, Kali Uchis, Red Moon and Venus, SZA, SOS, and Coco Jones, What I Didn't Tell You. And the winner is SZA for SOS. And finally, for R&B artist, the nominees are Beyonce, Janelle Monáe, Rihanna, SZA, and The Weeknd. And the winner is, shocker, SZA again, full sweep.
Full R&B category sweep for SZA. Pretty decisive wins for album and song. Those were not close. She had more support. I'm doing quick math in my head. I believe those were also more support than her fellow nominees combined. It was a little closer for Best R&B Artist because you can't keep Beyonce too far down. Beyonce had a lot of support in second place for Best R&B Artist. Just a couple hundred points out of the win there. The Weeknd finished third for artist. So she had some competition there, but still pretty decisive wins for SZA in a pretty dominant year for her in the R&B sphere.
How many Grammys will she win this weekend?
Well, she has 9 nominations at the Grammys. And if she sweeps the R&B field there like she did here, that's at least 4. Then she has R&B or rap, a melodic rap performance, and she has 1 pop nomination, and then she's nominated all 3 times in the general field. So I would say she's looking at 4+, but it depends on how she does in the general field.
All right, I'm here for the rap and hip hop categories. And first up is Best Rap Hip Hop Song. The nominees were Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice for Barbie World, Cardi B featuring Megan Thee Stallion, Bongos, Megan Thee Stallion, Her, SZA for Low, Doja Cat, Paint the Town Red, and Tyler, the Creator, Sorry Not Sorry. And the winner is Doja Cat, Paint the Town Red. Next is Best Rap Hip Hop Album, and the nominees were Drake and 21 Savage, Her Loss, Metro Boomin, Heroes and Villains, Ice Spice, Like, Little Sims, No Thank You, and Travis Scott for Utopia. And the winner is Ice Spice for Like. And Best Rap Hip Hop Artist, the nominees were Cardi B, Doja Cat, Ice Spice, Megan Thee Stallion, and Nicki Minaj. Female-dominated lineup. And the winner is Doja Cat.
Yes, Gold Derby fans definitely stan the female artists a lot of the time. So we had a female-dominated rap hip-hop artist lineup. I don't believe that's ever happened with us before. Though this is our 4th year at the Gold Derby Music Awards, so making history is likely to happen every year in some category or another. Doja Cat, huge fan base, but it was a close race between her and Nicki Minaj for Best Rap Hip Hop Artist. Fewer than 200 votes between them. Nicki Minaj will be happy to know she got more votes than Megan Thee Stallion, though. So if they want to, record any more diss songs for that, they can. Ice Spice was a pretty decisive win for Best Rap or Hip Hop Album over Drake and 21 Savage for Her Loss, who finished 2nd, and then Travis Scott, Utopia, who was a very close 3rd to that. And Doja Cat, again, narrow victory over Nicki Minaj for Barbie World. Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice finished 2nd there with fewer than 200 votes between 1st and 2nd.
And I'm here for a few more categories. Best New Artist is up next. Nominees are Gracie Abrams, Sabrina Carpenter, Ice Spice, Coco Jones, Victoria Monet, Noah Kahan, Pink Panthers, Renee Rapp, Ray, and Lainey Wilson. And the winner is Sabrina Carpenter. Next up for Song of the Year. Nominees are Lana Del Rey, A&W, Taylor Swift, Antihero, Dua Lipa, Dance the Night, Ray featuring 070, Shake, Escapism, Miley Cyrus, Flowers, Ryan Gosling, I'm Just Ken, SZA, Kill Bill, Boy Genius, Not Strong Enough, Olivia Rodrigo, Vampire, and Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For? And the winner of Song of the Year is Taylor Swift for Antihero. And then then we have Record of the Year. Nominees are Lana Del Rey, A&W, Taylor Swift, Antihero, Dua Lipa, Dance the Night, Miley Cyrus, Flowers, SZA, Kill Bill, Kylie Minogue, Padam Padam, Doja Cat, Paint the Town Red, Troye Sivan, Rush, Olivia Rodrigo, Vampire, and Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For? And the winner of Record of the Year is Taylor Swift, Antihero. And then finally, Album of the Year. Nominees are various artists. Barbie, the album. Caroline Polachek, Desire, I Want to Turn Into You. Lana Del Rey, Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? Miley Cyrus, Endless Summer Vacation. Olivia Rodrigo, Guts. Taylor Swift, Midnights. Boy Genius, The Record. SZA, SOS. Metro Boomin, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, soundtrack from and inspired by the motion picture. And Jessie Ware, That Feels Good. The winner of Album of the Year is Midnights by Taylor Swift.
Now, I know the Taylor Swift thing is sounding a little bit repetitive, but these races were closer than you might think for Taylor Swift. She has lost Album of the Year twice before, but this year she pulled ahead for Midnights. Her closest competitor for Album and Record of the Year was Lana Del Rey, who had an early lead in the voting, but Taylor Swift and her loyal Swifties pulled ahead. But none of these were blowouts. These were all within a couple hundred votes of an upset. Actually, the biggest blowout of your 4 categories was Sabrina Carpenter, who won Best New Artist pretty handily. Song of the Year, Taylor Swift's closest competitor was actually Billie Eilish, What Was I Made For? So that was close. But nevertheless, Taylor Swift does win those 3. She has never lost Record of the Year. She has never lost Song of the Year. This is her 2nd Album of the Year victory, which brings us to the final category, Artist of the Year, which I will announce. The nominees are Bad Bunny, Boy Genius, Miley Cyrus, Lana Del Rey, Doja Cat, Billie Eilish, Olivia Rodrigo, Troye Sivan, Taylor Swift, and SZA. I won't belabor the point. The winner is Taylor Swift, which this was a more decisive victory. And honestly, I can't begrudge her this, certainly not. Based on the year she's had, she released in the last year 2 or 3 albums. She had the biggest tour of all time. She made football popular among non-football fans. She is pretty dominant overall in the music industry and pop culture in general. So it felt like this was a pretty good year, if you know, none other than to give her Artist of the Year. To give you some totals, Taylor Swift leads with 9 wins out of her 9 nominations. Then Lana Del Rey had 4, and SZA had 3, and Doja Cat and Shakira had 2 apiece, and then a few artists had 1 apiece. We will have those win totals and the entire list of winners and nominees published now. You can take a look at those at goldderby.com. I want to thank everyone for voting. And does anybody have any thoughts about these winners and nominations? Well, I want to
Again,
thank.
It's all
Sweep
pretty
like-
self-explanatory.
Yeah, when we get a sweep like that, it's kind of, you know, in anything, movies, film, TV. Look at the Emmys a couple of weeks ago. Just it's impressive and it's deserved even, but it just kind of gets boring after a while.
Yeah, Taylor Swift has released new music every year of the Gold Derby Music Awards, so she's had a pretty dominant run with us because Swifties cannot be denied usually. I do hope that, I think she's earned a year off. Like, she can rest on her laurels for like, a season or 2.
Give somebody else a chance.
And
She could also withdraw her name, Taylor. Withdraw your name next year from consideration at the Gold Derby Awards.
Well, actually, that's one interesting thing. One thing I'm proud of at the Gold Derby Music Awards is that fans vote for the nominees as well as the winners. So unfortunately, she can't withdraw herself. But I think but other fan bases should know, like, Beyonce won Album of the Year last year. Lana Del Rey won Album of the Year 2 years ago over Taylor Swift. So get those fandoms out. Like, you can challenge her when there's a high turnout for other artists. So well, with that, congratulations to all of the winners. Thank you to everyone who voted and participated. Even if your favorites didn't win, everyone had a lot of support. There was rarely a category where anyone got fewer than 100 votes, which is really, really impressive. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you again next year for the 5th annual Gold Derby Music Awards. We will see you then.